Kol Halol, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Rochach Chodash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Shalom, brothers and sisters, it's your servant Yashar with an epistle. We have some Canadian news. It says, can you ask a business if workers are vaccinated? And should they answer? This was published today. No shot, no shoes, no service? As Ontario prepares for Step 3 of its reopening on Friday, vaccination status will be top of mind for employers and employees and the Torontonians who frequent their establishments. Some businesses may be wondering if they can compel their workers to get vaccinated. Employees may not be fully aware of their rights, and consumers may be unsure if they can enter a business and demand to know whether employees are vaccinated. In the case of Fillmore's Gentlemen's Club, the iconic Toronto strip club will be advertising its barred arms. The establishment has declared all of its staff have received double vaccinations, and it will be requiring customers to declare the same before being allowed in when it reopens Friday. It says in brackets, staff will still be wearing masks, while patrons will be required to do so upon entry. The manager at Fillmore said they decided to introduce the policy because he believes the strip club industry is already subject to unfair scrutiny, so they wanted to go beyond what is already required. He said there will be mandatory contact tracing at the door, and they will be using the honor system to ask potential customers if they've been immunized. And the honor system just basically means if you say yes or no to their question, they take you at face value. Our primary concern is safety and to allow people to get back to their form of normal as possible. And this is the only safe avenue that we are aware of at this time. Our business model is based on being social, so it just made sense for us to go down this road. While some businesses have received backlash for offering promotions or discounts to vaccinated customers, a new poll indicates the majority of consumers are more likely to support a business that ensures its staff and clients are fully vaccinated. When it comes to the workplace, the short answer is there is no specific law allowing employers to force employees to get vaccinated, nor is there a requirement for employees to disclose their vaccination status. Because I'm not sure how they do it around the world, but in Canada, because of their Babylonian law system, you don't have to disclose medical information. So technically what these people are doing as of right now is illegal. That's why earlier they have to go through the whole honor system and contact tracing. You have to give your phone number and all that bullshit. So we already see basically the heat is getting turned up. Though that comes with a catch, said some dude, unemployment, blah, blah, blah. Occupational health and safety legislation in all provinces does require employers to maintain a safe workplace, so an employer could reasonably argue that they require their employees to disclose their vaccination status if they can show how not doing so would affect workplace safety. Compelling an employee to disclose their vaccination status may be reasonable in some workplaces. I think anywhere that you've seen a documented outbreak, or whether there's an established kind of issue of managing the cerveza in a given industry, you have a good argument. Alright, let's just skip. This is a good point. Employees are not obligated to disclose their vaccination status to their employers, but employers are also not obligated to keep them on staff if they'll contribute to an unsafe workplace. So you kind of see the vibe that's going here. If you're in breach of that policy as an employee and you don't have a human rights ground, like a legitimate, and there's no such thing as human rights, it's all an illusion of choice, like a legitimate religious belief or a legitimate medical condition, then it would be open to the employer to institute progressive discipline against you and eventually terminate your employment. Another consideration for employees is privacy. If they want to advertise their establishment as a zone where everyone is vaccinated, they must also consent. Okay, this is just some like nerdy shit right now. Oh, refusing service to customers who don't want to disclose their immunization status is ultimately at the business's discretion, but that also comes with hurdles. The refusal could be subject to a legal challenge. That's why Esau Edom will be rewriting the laws as they're going, as everyone's panicking about whatever distraction is currently going on. Meanwhile, they're passing all these laws, so that way it will make it legal to the point where if you don't have the vaccination, you can't provide proof that you have it, then you'll be barred from entry. In other words, you'll be ostracized. You'll be an outcast, which is exactly what you want, because the meek shall inherit the earth. You're going to see more businesses who are going to be taking a proactive approach, either disclosing employee vaccination status or requiring customers to affirm or prove they are also fully vaccinated. So now these so-called Babylonian medical laws that Esau has in Canada, they're going to be rewritten. Really, we never had privacy laws. It was all just illusion, just to make us feel safe. There's an old Benjamite proverb that says, "A promise be a comfort for a fool." Now, we know that's true when it comes to dealing with anyone, like anything worldly. But when it comes to Yahweh Shemashai, he's quoted as saying, "I am not a man that I should lie." Some businesses have taken to offering promotions or free entry to people who can prove they've been immunized, while others have decided to tote the fact that their employees are fully vaccinated. It doesn't always go as planned. In May, the Globe and Mail reported that a Boston pizza location in Toronto was ordered by head office to stop offering a 15% discount to patrons who have been vaccinated, while a Toronto gym repealed its policy requiring members to be vaccinated due to backlash. So you can see that these little trials that are happening all over the place, it all has a purpose, as it says in Ecclesiastes 3. To every purpose under the heaven, to everything under the heaven, there is a purpose, roughly paraphrasing. According to an online poll he conducted, a majority of Canadians are more likely to support a business that requires both staff and clients to show proof of vaccination. A vaccine passport of some kind for travel saw strong support, with 71% of respondents supporting proof of vaccination to travel. And when they do these polls, they take a very, very small group that do not represent the majority. But then, on the flip side, if you're not down with Yahweh Shemashai, you're down with Satan. So pretty much anyone that doesn't have the mark of exemption is down for all these restrictions, all this vaccination bullshit, because at the end of the day, What's the number one thing Esau Edom is trying to sell people with the vaccination? Things will return back to normal. And that's people's hope, is the world. So they have nothing to look forward to other than what they can see, touch, feel, and hear. But we know that what we look forward to is to come, because anything seen right now in this world is temporal. All right, that's the main point. Let's get the scripts and let's cut. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. It says here, and that no man might buy or sell. And we know revelation means to reveal. So what is this revealing? It's revealing the times to come. As Elder Apostle Tahar said, we're supposed to link up what's going on in the carnal world with what is being said in the scriptures. So we understand what times we are in, and then we have to share that. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And there's a really strong case that the vaccine and the mark of the beast are the same thing. There's another school of thought that the vaccine is not the mark of the beast, but they work together as well as milk and cereal, right? Because if you pretty much take the vaccine, your DNA will be altered to make you want to take the actual physical RFID chip, if it is that rice of grain thing that we're so familiar with. So all we could do is just watch and see and stand on our guard as we're commanded to do, right? In fact, this is Matthew 26 and 41. This is Yahweh Shai Mashiach speaking. Our high priest, man, above just one title, our everlasting Father, our shepherd, our bishop. This is Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray. What are we watching for? We're watching for things like this, because Esau Edom does his stuff in stages. And we know that they do a lot of testing because they're the mad scientists, a lot of trials. And this is no different. Things have to get heated up. This is a beautiful thing. This means that prophecy is speeding up, and we really are. Our salvation, as it is written, our salvation is nearer than we believed. This is absolutely amazing. It says here that ye enter not into temptation. Temptation for what? Temptation to go back into the world and do whatever it is you were doing before you came into this truth, which was nothing and vanity. You were serving Satan. All right, that's why watching and praying work hand in hand. Prayer is, when you pray, especially when you pray in the Hebrew tongue, like the Lashwan Kodash, like that's the most pure way you could pray. And then you're also watching. How do you watch? Through these news, through talking to the people. You know, I talked to this Lyft driver, Elamite. He said he was from Pakistan. And he was saying that they're getting to the point, well, what he was saying was they're getting to the point, and we're in Canada, they're going to shut down your health insurance if you don't have the vaccination. I asked him who his source was. He wouldn't tell me, so I realized that it was just Yahweh Shai putting it on this guy's spirit to just tell me these things, because that's a major deal. Because if y'all know about Canada's health care system, it's universal, right? So as long as you have your health card, blah blah blah, you could walk into the doctor, and a lot of medicines are covered under the Coverage Act in Canada. But now they're going to do away with that. So basically, the way I see this is that they're putting the pressure on the people to take the jab. And you have all these holdouts, all these people that are not in the truth, but they have not taken the vax. Esau's going to find a way to make them take the vax, whether it's they can't get a job, so now they have to starve, so now they're pressured into the vax, or they just miss their carnal family, so they're pressured into taking the vax, or whatever bullshit have you, right? But we know that the elect, we already have a mark in us. That's the mark of exemption, the thawa, or thawa. For whatever reason, we're all right. We'll make it through. We will scarcely be saved, but we will make it. In fact, I was actually reading this with my brother today. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. I'm just reading it from the sword. It says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." All right, because our belief is in Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, who will never fail us, who will always have us. We have to believe. Faith of a mustard seed, and you shall move mountains. And those mountains are just obstacles in your way. So with that, I hope y'all were edified. Shalom.